What's up? We back. Hey y'all! Oh my gosh, game changers! Let me tell y'all. I am so happy and so elated that I got my two closest friends on the show with me right now, y'all. And we about to have some fun. We are about to have some good fun. We're going to have some deep conversation. It's a lot of vulnerability that's about to be had on this show. So I want y'all to sit back, relax, grab your drinks. First of all, share. Please share this to your Facebook. Share this to your Instagram. Share it. We need more viewers. Get them in. Pour them in. Pour them in. Pour in. Let the Lord say pour in. Come as you are. So, but yeah, for real, y'all, I'm happy. I'm really excited. Well, let me introduce y'all to who's here on this couch with me. To my left, it's Miss Trinice. My name is 10K in 2 weeks. Tell them, first of all, you got to tell them what's going on with you. I need to hear what's going on with you because my sis right here, she got 10,000 views in 2 weeks on her first single of Canepa.
Yes, y'all. If you haven't heard my new single, Scared of You, go check that out on our major platforms and YouTube.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And that's just that on that, sis.
That's just it.
And that's just that on that. Period. Now, y'all. The past 3 episodes, y'all heard me talking about her in the back.
Yeah.
Talking about she done wrote on the board and she don't want to talk. She don't even got her whiteboard, y'all. But let me tell y'all, my good sis is in the building. She is in the building and she is about to give y'all what she gives me on a daily basis.
Sarah is on this camera.
Do you hear me?
Looking good.
Oh, we got the whiteboard, Kaylin.
Yes.
Y'all, let's get the whiteboard, Kaylin. Kaylin is in the building, y'all. We got an assistant, Kaylin. Say hello. Come speak to the people. Come step in. Hey, y'all. Kaylin is here. Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Yes. So, today's topic, y'all, we're going to talk about healing. We're going to talk about the beginning stages of healing after a bad breakup, even if it wasn't your boyfriend, situationship. Mm-hmm. We're just going to... We're going to talk about it, y'all. So, please continue to share. How many people we got on right now? 7 people? Yes. Continue to share, continue to like, continue to subscribe, continue to comment. We're going to have a good conversation, and I'm so excited and so elated that you guys are here. I also want to share with y'all that I'm so happy. We have exclusively Elevated Raw has reached 100 watch hours on YouTube. Not just 100 views. We surpassed that. We had 896 views as of, I think, 2 p.m. I haven't checked, but as a whole, and we're at 100 watch hours. So to God be the glory. I know this is for me. I know God ordained this for me because he opened a door for me that I would have never opened on my own. So big ups to the man above. That's why we got on our God is dope, because he continues to be dope in all of our lives. So, are y'all ready?
Yeah, ma'am.
We finna get it cracking. Okay, well, first of all, I want you guys to give a little background on your situations.
Situation.
We're gonna start with you, niece. Redacted.
Okay, so
because they need to know what's going on before we, get into the question. They need to know just a little bit. Now, listen. Don't y'all be going left and right. Just keep it straight on the narrow path, okay? Hey, Jess.
Okay, listen. I'm not gonna slander this.
We're not slandering nobody. This is just
our truth.
Our truth. It's from the heart.
Yes, the Lord is working.
So,
basically, like she said, we're gonna be calling this person redacted. Because he's been redacted. So basically, y'all, I expressed interest in this person.
Mm-hmm.
He accepted the interest. We went out on a date. He felt like I liked him too much. Now, I will take responsibility for that because, you know, boys be childish. They like to chase people and all that. If I like you, I like you. I'm very direct. I'm going to just tell you how it is. And if you don't like it, skedaddle. But he basically, like, didn't like me because I liked him. And then he liked me. And then he caught feelings for his ex again. He's posting the ex, hanging out with his ex. They running in the same, you know, little circles or whatever. So I guess, you know, he chose his past situation over all of this.
And that's his loss.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay. So first, why are you looking like that? Okay, y'all. So first, I was in a relationship for 6 years, and
bye.
I got out of this relationship last year in February, and then I kind of started a situationship with somebody, and let's just say it just went wrong. When people aren't honest and truthful, and it's just not good. It just doesn't lead to a good road. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, that's what I'm gonna say. No, I'm just gonna say that about that.
Okay. Me personally. Ooh. Okay. Just have to think about what I'm about to say. So, I was in a relationship for 3 years, and we just officially ended things this past February. So, yeah. We're going to talk about it.
That's all you have to say?
I mean, that's all I had to yeah. So, we're going to get into the questions. As I get into the questions, then we'll be able to enunciate and elaborate on the situations in the relationships. But we're going to start with the first question. Were they really who you thought they were?
Ooh, that's a very good question. You want me to go first?
Oh yeah, take my lead.
Okay, y'all. So I met this person at church. Lord, that is the worst place to judge a person, like, based on their personality, because when people go to church, they show up as the best versions of themselves.
Yeah.
Nobody's showing up how they show up on a weekly basis, turning up, drinking, hanging out with your ex. Nobody's doing all that at church. You're praising the Lord. You're in worship. You just look like gold, right? Mm-hmm. So I think in my head, I created a version of him that I thought was valid because of the setting that I was seeing him in. When I seen him outside of that setting, it was a very different story. So, no, he was not who I thought he was.
Are you going to address both? Because you introduced both situations. So are you going to say the answer to both, or are we going to single in on one person?
I'll just go with my last thing.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Were they who I thought they were?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really have any real expectation, honestly. Like, I wasn't really thinking of it too deep.
Yeah.
About who this person was.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, yeah, they were who I thought they were.
I'm going to have to agree. I definitely think that my ex was definitely everything I thought he would be.
So I'm the only one just out here stupid.
No, but I think that doesn't. I mean, because I'm gonna agree. Like, I didn't have no expectation because I mean, he was my first boyfriend. Like, he was my first real relationship, so I didn't know what to expect out of it. So, and we were in school. Like, we were together all day. So, it just was.
Yeah.
I didn't expect nothing. That's not bad, but it's just I just didn't expect nothing, and I feel like he was who he was when I met him until the day we broke up. So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
You wasn't being stupid.
He wasn't.
And it really depends on the person also.
Yeah.
It's like if you already know that person, and like say if you heard stuff about that person or just whatever, and like and then with me, I didn't really expect anything to even happen, so I didn't have no expectation. It was just like a friendship, and it was just so it was like it really was no real expectation. Yeah, expectation gets you killed. I shouldn't expect nothing. But it's like it's kind of. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of in between. Cause it's like I did have an expectation just because of I thought I wasn't really thinking of that person of who they are, but who
the role
of a person, or like what other people look at that person, and not, and that's not bad. I'm not saying it in a bad way, like oh this person's bad or anything, but just it's like in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. What initially drew you to that person?
Well, I knew I wanted a godly man.
Like
I said, I met him at church. I see him for the first time. He's speaking in tongues, stomping and hollering and all that, running around the congregation. So
he was anointed. When she seen him, he was anointed. He had God's covering on him.
So he was just like very spiritually mature. And I mistake that spiritual maturity for like
real life maturity.
Yeah. So that's what drew me to him was his spiritual maturity. I'm just talking about that spiritual maturity. What initially drew you to this person? Well, with me it was friendship. It wasn't really so
I'm gonna have to piggyback off of that one because when I met my ex, we met the day I left to come back home for summer vacation. So I had no way but to become his friend. So that whole summer we were just friends, but we were constant. We were in constant communication, and we were beginning to build something. So I definitely think that is what drew me to him too, the friendship. Kaylin, what drew you to your ex?
Well, basically what drew me to him was my situation. It wasn't really the ex.
Okay.
It was just like the attention he gave me. Like it was like the good mornings,
Yes.
Like,
them do something to you.
Right.
Especially when you don't have that. And when it starts that good morning, love, good morning, beautiful, good morning, international queen.
Exactly.
It does it for you.
Right.
So I definitely understand because
Right.
I mean, okay. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. No, nobody has anything else to add on this question? Okay. Next question. All right.
who was fine too, y'all.
Oh God.
Hell.
Talented.
So, this is a real question. Did you like them or did you like the idea of them?
Oh,
Holla back.
she coming with the real questions today. I'll say I like the idea because, especially especially because in the capacity that I was seeing him in, like I said, at church,
Mhm.
like I just like the idea of me like
Having a church man.
yes,
And you
us
can go to
going
church together.
yes.
Yes.
But I will say, like, compatibility wise, I get along with people just easily. But
Period. That's a Gemini-ness.
yeah, he was
Mhm.
cool. He was cool. Sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know. He was cool, but like I'll say compatibility wise, probably wasn't as strong as I would have wanted it to be.
Mm.
But the idea of us, like you said, going to church together and
Dressing them, matching outfits.
shouting, you know, little duo shout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How's the congregation? How's the congregation? Talk to me.
I didn't like the idea of him. I didn't really like the idea of him. I mean, not in a bad way, but like it wasn't. I knew it was never going to be
That.
Like I didn't want that. I didn't want what was that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's when it's better though, because it's like when you don't expect it, then you really go into it with like raw emotion, you know.
And that's the killer right there.
Yeah.
That's the killer right there. But no, like I didn't want anything of what that was.
Yeah.
You know.
Hold on. Read that for me. Expectations.
Expectations can be harmful to relationships sometimes because they don't leave room for things like trust, acceptance, and patience.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
real good.
That's real good, Cousin Gwen. I'm here for her.
Cousin
I'm here for
Gwen
that.
needs to be on the couch.
Okay. That was a good one. But before we go into that, let me go into if I like the idea, or did I like him? I 100% liked him. I was in love. I was in love with him. I was in love with everything about him. So I don't think it was more of a, ooh, this just feel good for the moment. It was more of a no, like this was my everything, you know, like put a ring on it. Girl, you know you want to put a ring on his finger. This other side, yeah, Rashida Henry. So it was really like a real deep connection between us two. So and y'all and you know.
Yeah, that was her main.
That
was bro.
You said my main. That's
Your
my only.
main. Yeah, well, yeah, her only.
Rephrase. Come on.
It was her only, but that was like her.
Got they probably think man, I was cheating on
No,
her all the time. She talking about my main.
Okay.
I ain't got no sides.
Look, let me add something to that, to what I said.
Okay.
Y'all, God will really get you. Because like I said, when I finally
Snatch it
realized,
up.
man, when I finally realized I only like the idea of him, it was God who made me realize it. Because I was praying about this person and I'm just like, dang God, I'm misredacted. Like, you can't just have him text me, hit my line, something. And he was like, God literally asked me, he was like, what do you miss about him? And I couldn't think of one thing I missed about him. Like, I really couldn't. And God showed me, he was like, you don't miss him. You miss the feeling that you got when you was talking to him.
The good morning text.
Like, every time he would text me and my heart would just, like, skip a beat and be
Yeah.
like, oh, he texted
He cares.
me. Yeah, that's what I missed. I didn't miss him.
Right.
I just missed that feeling. And it's so selfish, but that's just how it was.
Yeah. I definitely can piggyback. I definitely can attest to that feeling. Not with my ex.
Yeah, she loved him, y'all.
But I don't think I should. Okay. Next question. Y'all ready? Next question. It's only by experience of what I have gone through. Yes, Cousin Gwen. And let me tell you, we appreciate that.
Yeah, that was a good
That was a good
I
question.
have to go back and write that down.
Yeah, for
Right.
real. That was really good. Did you expect more than they were willing to give you? I know you touched on this earlier, but I want you to kind of go more in depth on it.
Yeah, I did expect more just because, again, I thought spiritual maturity was equivalent to like everyday maturity.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing this person at my church, you know, like I said, serving. He was serving. I just saw like how patient he was in his serving, Like, I saw all the fruit. That's what was crazy because he has a relationship with God, like an active relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw all the fruit he was bearing, and I was like, because this is his personality, I know that he would be a good partner.
Mm-hmm.
But he just wasn't a good partner for me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And you know, sometimes you gotta let them people be good partners to other people.
Yeah.
so that
You gotta
ex.
you and you know what's crazy, y'all? I never thought I would get to the point of where I'm praying for my ex-boyfriend in his new current situation.
Oh, I ain't there yet.
I'm there. I've been doing that.
Like, and it's because of her I got there.
Help me, Sarah.
Because
Because I want God to send me
I
somebody.
want God to send me
So I
somebody and I
didn't
want to
know.
be happy. So I pray for him and her happiness. It's hard. It's hard.
It is.
It is very hard to pray for your ex's happiness. But at the end of the day, if y'all really loved each other, and if y'all really had the feelings that y'all claim y'all have for each other, you will let that person go and let that person be happy. And I'm no longer saying that if it's meant to be, God is going to bring it back, because God is not going to bring me back to something that was hurting me at one point. God is not going to bring you back to something that's toxic, that was toxic. So, you know, you just got to live every day above ground and keep it pushing. So I pray. And I'm not mean. I'm not bitter. I'm happy. Live your life. Do you. Boom.
What was the question again?
I
I
done forgot the question too. We done win laugh on the phone, man. Did you expect more than they were willing to give?
In the beginning, no, not really.
Mhm.
But as things progressed, I did.
Yeah. But that's natural.
Yeah,
For
like I
women,
like
we
it's
kind of
natural.
get we act hard, but we get emotionally attached very quick.
That's my problem.
Especially when it's consistent communication, consistent feelings, consistent attention.
Yeah.
When you get that consistent attention, that is what gets you. Spiritual maturity, I'm telling you.
Yes.
Spiritual, it took, and I'm still going through my spiritual maturity. Y'all was supposed to be on Dang Fast this past week, but me and Daniel had a conversation.
Me and Daniel.
Y'all.
And I'm starting tomorrow. 21 days.
This is her third time crying. It's ridiculous.
She gonna embarrass me.
It's
on public
ridiculous.
TV.
Get it together.
See, Sarah is an accountability partner.
Y'all, she gonna be accountable for everything. When we was on the first Daniel Fast, y'all, we were walking to Whole Foods. I'd be like, okay, I'm pushing a cart because I know Sarah ain't gonna let me just put nothing in the cart. This lady gonna say, I said, ooh, Sarah, I can eat these because they're organic. Give me the bag.
We gotta check
They
the
have
ingredients.
hydrochloric acid and this type of oil and this type of this and this type of that.
If we gonna do it, we gonna do it right.
Daniel wasn't reading the nutrition facts.
You don't know what Daniel was
He
reading.
didn't have them. He didn't have no nutrition facts. So yeah, Sarah is definitely accountability. Look at Brett. Because Brett already know. These two mouths right here, a mess. Okay, go ahead and answer the question, Chad.
I did.
Yes. Okay.
On to the next.
I mean, it's just everybody expects something. Like
Right.
once you're in it, it's like of course you're gonna have expectations once you're already in it. It's like you want it to go forward or whatever the case is.
Right. Kaylin?
I totally agree.
You totally agree?
Yes.
And it don't even gotta be like big expectations like, oh, like we gotta do this, we gotta get married, we gotta
Yeah.
you know, it don't even have to be like crazy like that, but just simple spending more time together is an expectation. It don't have to really be that deep all the time.
Mm-hmm. What does it say God makes? God doesn't take things that are for you, just what isn't. Okay? What's for you is for you. It don't got nobody's name on it. It don't have nobody's name on it but Jordan, but Sarah, but Trinice, but Kaylin. It don't have nobody else's name on it but yours. So it may take you some time to get it, but just know it's waiting for you. So you don't have to rush to it. You got to take stuff a step at a time. You got to do it. It's not a what is it? It's not a
race, it's a marathon.
boom. It's not a race. It's a marathon. It wasn't clicking.
Y'all, let me just throw this in there. It's
Come on,
the
sis.
scripture that just came to mind.
Come
It's
on.
I don't know the numbers, y'all. I just know the verse. Okay,
Yeah.
it's in Peter,
Ooh.
and it basically says like the Lord is not being slow about His promises, but He's like withholding the blessings that He has for you, so that you don't like disqualify yourself before it's time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
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 That's how I feel like.
I'm scared of you, girl.
Girl, I've been reading that Bible, that good book.
I'm scared of you.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Say that one more time. You gotta give it to us one time.
okay, it says that the Lord is not being slow about His promises. He's just postponing them from you right now, so that when your blessings come, you don't disqualify yourself from them.
Yes. I feel her. No, like y'all, for real. Because oftentimes, okay, evangelist, trees. Blah, blah, blah. You really need a blah, blah, blah shirt. They going on sale real soon, y'all.
Okay, come on, merch.
Sarah don't want me to have this blah, blah, blah shirt, y'all.
She was trying to make them today, y'all.
I wanted us to wear the blah, blah, blah shirts, but Sarah don't want me to. Comment in the comment section and tell me if y'all want a blah, blah, blah shirt. Because I know you want it. I know you want it. Because God has it for you. So when it's for you, it's for you. So you're going to get your blah, blah, blah shirt for you. Amen. But, let me go to the next
She
question.
said, I need my shirt.
Okay.
Yes. Come on, Brett. You know I'm going to get you a blah, blah, blah. Yes. Okay. Did you like who you were during this relationship / situationship?
Nope.
You didn't? Talk to me.
Okay, so for the people who don't know me, y'all, I am very emotional.
Oh God.
Like I
Cry
wear
baby,
my
cry
heart.
baby.
Yes.
Both. Sitting between
I
two
wear my
brothers.
heart on my sleeve. Like a lot of people, there are some people who have walls built up to here, like you cannot get in. People have their cards out, like close to their chest. I want people to know how I feel about them. So when he was saying I was expressing like too much interest in him to the point where it was like, overbearing, I had to really reflect and look back at that. Like I could see that because I was clear about my intentions and I was clear about like my feelings for him.
But that's being grown.
Yeah,
That's being grown.
He
Because that's the thing. People not dating with intention.
Right.
That was the first episode. If you didn't watch it, go back and tune in.
Come on, man.
People aren't dating with intention, so they're dating for pastime. They're dating for what's convenient.
Yeah, that's true.
And you expressing yourself and telling what you wanted from the beginning was the adult thing to do. Because now that only gives him the option to say I want it or I don't. And if you don't, oh well, I know God has somebody else for me who wants exactly what I need and what they want.
Yeah, I think for me, what it was like now, like in retrospect, I wish that I would have like guarded my heart a little bit more, because I was ready to give this man the world, like for real, because I knew I liked him, I knew I liked what I saw, and those qualities that I saw in him, like just because we going through what we're going through now doesn't mean that those qualities never existed, you know?
Yeah.
So I just wish I would have been a little bit more smart about projecting all of my feelings out, you know?
Mm-hmm. And see, I'm totally opposite. I don't know how to express myself. I have that wall. So I think that was a big problem in my relationship. I didn't tell him exactly how I felt. I wanted him to read my mind. I wanted him to know what was going on with me. And that was something I had to reflect on while I'm beginning my healing process and beginning my, awareness of my downfalls. So I'm not going to just blame everything on him. When I played a huge role in our breakup myself, I just wasn't vulnerable with him. I'm vulnerable with certain people in my life, and that's something I have to get. I gotta get together. But my problem is I don't trust people. I just have such a hard problem with trusting people, and it's not just because you've done something to me, but it's when I get super close to someone, I'm always questioning what's your intention. So with him, I just wasn't able to really share how I felt. I was more of a just go along with it and call Trinice and cry and be like, yeah, he's not here, but I just feel this way. And she'd be like, Jordan, we need to tell him. Okay. He get home, he over the situation, I'm over the situation, so we ain't got to talk about it. But that's a problem because I was never able to address and move on. You have to go through every stage of emotion in order to get through something. You can't just brush stuff under the rug because nothing is ever going to be taken care of. Like you're just going to keep, oh, it's fine, and then you get to the point where I was in February, and I'm like, I can't do this. Like I just was not mentally in the capacity to carry it anymore, and I allowed it to just stack up to the point where I was like, I just can't. And you don't never want to get to that point if you really truly love someone. You want to be able to work it out. You want to be able to communicate, and communication is the biggest thing in a relationship. With no communication, you just don't got nothing. And I think when you get into a relationship young and you really don't know, it just takes a toll on it. And I think the relationships we've had in our young days is what's going to help us in our older days. So I'm not in a rush to get into nothing right now. Baby, let me tell you, I'm chilling. I'm living life like it's golden. What did Irie say? I mean, Jill Scott. What she said? Sing it. I'm not even on cue. Come on, Trinice Monet. That's 10K for you though, y'all. Okay, go ahead, Sarah.
The question was, did I like myself?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't even answer that.
Answer it.
You sure?
You said no though, because you wasn't being vulnerable, right?
Oh yeah, I didn't answer it. I didn't answer it, so no.
I'll be listening.
I in the beginning I did like myself, but after a while, no. And it wasn't because I was just doing like crazy things, but I just felt like I was going against my own
Morals?
not morals, but like I have a really good like
Intuition. Who don't?
Like I have an amazing intuition, and I was going back like, nah, you wrong. When I was really right. Like I was
the whole
just
time.
going against myself and what I thought I believed was happening. And I was saying, nah, because that person wouldn't lie, that person wouldn't do that, that person is this and that. And it's just all like, no, that person did do that. And I just had to come to closure with that. But so at the end, no, I didn't like myself. I just felt like I was doing stuff out of my character. I was just, but yeah, no.
And when you start getting out your character and you start doing stuff you ain't never done before, baby, you got to call it quits.
Well, I ain't saying I never did it before, but no, I didn't like it.
Good. It don't matter. We still don't want to do nothing we ain't done before.
But honestly, at the same time, even though I was going outside of my character, I don't regret it because
you wouldn't have found out.
Right. I wouldn't have known the things I know now if I just would have been like, all timid and not like trying to be the investigator that I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would have never found out. So I was outside of my character, but I definitely don't regret it.
Yeah. I definitely believe that once you get to a point where you're doing stuff that you're not used to doing, you gotta. Ooh. What are y'all's main non-negotiable standards? Well. Ooh, you go first. I don't know. Because I want to see what y'all got to say because I know. I don't know.
So for me, as far as standards, I do not tolerate cheating.
Ooh.
If you even think you finna cheat, just go be with the other girl. Because I don't have time for it. Like,
I'm over that phase.
It's just about loyalty and respect. Like, especially
it's
if
more
you're
respect than loyalty.
Yeah, and it's like, especially if you're committed to this person and y'all are in covenant, like you know what you're working towards. God don't play about no covenant. Y'all see what he did to the Israelites.
Ooh,
Come on, they was all out.
You know what I thought about when you said covenant?
What?
Twitches.
Yeah, so I don't play that cheating stuff. Like, that's out. Because because if you, I don't know, I just can't do that.
Is
That's
that your
my number
only?
one.
No, that's your only.
Because I feel like with communication,
If he went to jail, what you do? You hold him down?
no, absolutely
Okay, so
not.
now
Not if we're not married.
No,
If that's my husband, then
I don't think God gonna send me somebody that's gonna go to jail. Unless he innocent. Unless he innocent.
Listen, but what I'm saying is, what if he gets off the path? He could be on the path of righteousness with the Lord. Then he goes in.
Baby, what you doing? You going like?
No, but I'm
saying he
I mean, is he in a holding cell?
going to jail?
Yeah.
You just never know.
If he's in a holding cell and he prison and jail is kind of like this.
If your man is locked up and won't let him out, what are you gonna do?
And they won't let him out. Then I mean, dang, that's different. Then no, if he not getting out, then I gotta move on. But I'm saying, as far as what he can
Life
like,
happens, definitely.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get into the logistics of all that. I'm saying for sure, cheating is definitely not my number one. Can't do that.
Yeah.
That's you too?
Yeah. She didn't like. It just. I just really just don't understand it. Like,
Why you with me?
I'm all about honesty. Like, I be honest too much sometimes. Like,
I'm gonna tell you everything.
I just can't, like, it's just, I don't like when people play with other people's feelings. It's one thing if you lying, like, you know, telling white lies and stuff about certain things, but when you are lying and you're cheating, you're breaking somebody down. You're causing them pain, you're causing them, and it's like, a lot of guys are thinking, it's not that serious, every guy cheats, it's okay to have multiple women, but it's just all like, the fact that you even think that's okay, that tells me that you hurt. And there's something going on with you.
You know what I hate? Oh, that's just the boy phase of him.
Nah.
That's he gotta go through that, you know? And see,
Men be 62 cheating.
y'all, I swear,
Happy
I
May.
Come on.
asked, not happy May.
I'm saying.
Not happy May period.
Right. That's not
I'm
something that you phase out of. Like,
Yeah, once you a cheater,
And you have to, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's
I
like, you
believe people
cannot,
can change.
well, no, people can change, but it's like, you have to practice, like, your truth in everything you do. You can't be cheating and you can't be talking to multiple women all the time and then get in a relationship and think you're going to be faithful. You can't be cheating on your girlfriend and then get married and think you're going to be faithful. You have to practice it in everything you do. It's just
I'm
not going to
telling
be
y'all.
happening.
yeah.
I'm telling y'all, and I'm a witness to these married men out here. If you a married man and you watching this show, yes, let me get close. If you a married man and you are watching this show, leave us alone. Leave
I'm
us
begging.
alone.
Not even if you marry, if you have a girlfriend.
If you have a girlfriend, if
Girlfriend,
you're married, just leave us alone. I promise you we okay.
If it's a girl who even thinks she your girlfriend,
Right. Just leave us.
I can't. Like, I can't.
I can't compete with her.
Right.
I can't compete
It
with
is
her.
no competition.
I don't
You
want
can
her.
have
I
her.
don't want
You.
you. Yeah.
Like, I don't
I don't
want
want
you.
you.
I don't want somebody who want everybody else.
Mm.
I know that's so unattractive.
I don't want you.
Mhm. So, like I said, just leave us be. But yeah, y'all, that was good. That was good. That was good. Okay, y'all ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Okay. What have you learned from this person?
Like, in terms of what?
What did they teach you? What did you learn out of this situation that you're not gonna take it to the next situation?
Oh, I learned when God tell you something, listen. Because, I mean, God told me, told me, and I literally did not listen.
3 times.
That's what I learned,
Trust
to
him.
trust him and trust your own gut.
Mhm.
Trust your gut and trust him.
That gut is him.
Right. That's that Holy Spirit.
That's the Holy Spirit in you. So it's him. We gotta trust him.
Right.
Right.
That's it. I just feel like if you trust him in everything you do, if you ask him
He gonna
questions,
notice.
he'll answer you. Like,
Yeah.
and you just have to listen. Like, it's just simple. If you don't listen, you're gonna continue to get hurt, and it's just never gonna change.
Amen. Blah blah blah.
I learned a plethora
Come on, plethora. I can
of
use that.
things from him. Number one, first and foremost, like I said, I learned not to like judge someone or have this preconceived notion of someone based on just one setting that you see them in.
Mm-hmm.
I learned not to rush into things. You need to see a person, like I said, in every element. You need to see how he is at the house,
Mm-hmm.
at church, with his friends, with his family. Like,
Mhm.
that's super important. I learned not to wear my heart so much on my like sleeve and kind of like not give so much of myself
Mhm.
like, you know, so quickly. And I learned to just distinguish like spiritual maturity from everyday maturity, and to just like
They can preach.
yeah,
They can sing.
right,
They can play the
all
organ.
of that,
They can play the drum.
all of that,
They can sing a tune.
all of that, yeah.
They can play the
So,
guitar. They can play
right.
the bass.
and I learned like
They every instrument.
yeah,
They can play
I had
the
to
bongo.
learn for real. What I really had to learn was
They
like
can bring the
everything.
They can be up there mind.
They can shout.
They can shout on the
They can
TV.
speak in tongues.
They can blah 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 all day.
Yeah, and I really had to learn the importance of knowing how and when to let go.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will try to hold on to something until this is a thread. And it was just like, girl, let it go. Like, let it go.
If you haven't heard it, I'm a plug. Let It Go. I mean, not Let It Go. Freedom Chant by Mike McClure. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it because it's life changing. The first time I heard the song, tears instantly. You gotta let stuff go. You can't hold on to it because God is never gonna give you what's next because
Right.
you holding on to what's in your past.
Right.
Baby, let him go. Let her go. Because she out doing what she doing.
Right.
I had to learn that. He out doing what he doing. He got new friends. He doing what he do. I can't sit here and be sad. I got to be happy for him because he did what I wanted him to do ultimately. So we can't, once you make that decision to break up, you have to say, okay, I made this decision. I have to stand on what decision I made. I can't be mad because he moved on. That's what I wanted him to do. So, being able to be aware of that, I think is a big step in your healing process. Definitely.
Yeah.
I think that is, child. Let me see.
What did you learn? That was your answer to that question?
Oh. Did you answer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Answer first.
I learned I have to stop being so aggressive. I have to stop being so, and it's nothing wrong with a strong Black woman. And there's a difference between being strong and outspoken than being challenging. And I a lot of times challenged my significant others. It was on purpose. Why I did it, I really couldn't tell you. But I found myself doing that. And that wasn't good. So if I want to have a successful relationship in my future, I have to realize that I have to step back. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think me and Sarah had this conversation, I don't think I could be submissive.
Jordan. Because when you say you like to challenge them, you do. And I'll be like this, I'll be listening to you have a conversation about your significant other, and I'll be like, this doesn't even have to be an argument. Why are you arguing with him? But it's okay. You don't have to be submissive. That's not everybody. Everybody doesn't have to be submissive.
And see, I was dealing with this person before I got into a relationship. I was dealing with this person, and he brought out every toxic bone in my body. And we never had a solid conversation without an argument. We can never go a day without arguing. But that was something, that was the fuel for us. When we woke up in the morning, it was an argument, but that started our day.
That started our day.
And I'm being so honest with you. And I tell him all the time because we're still cool. We're still associates. We're associates. And I told him, I think I told him like yesterday. I'm like,
Right. Yesterday.
I said I did tell him yesterday. Like I was like, you know, back then he was really toxic. And he said, but I don't look at us as the bad toxic. Well, what's the good toxic? She was toxic, manipulative, narcissistic.
Narcissistic is the word. Because these men,
I'm gonna have to text him and tell him I'm sorry.
y'all should argue.
Y'all should argue all the time.
So you got on
If
that.
you watching, I'm not gonna say your name.
You know who you
You
are.
know who you are. You drink your little drinks. Drink your little drink. But y'all, literally, I don't know. I just never had been in nothing like that ever in my life. So
I hated it.
I hated you.
yes, like it was bad, y'all. My friends got a kick out of us. Like they would just want to hear us argue because it was so good. Because then once we finished arguing, yeah, what you doing? I know it was really bad. It was really so bad. But now I don't argue with him, and he don't argue with me. We done grew out of that phase, and I'm so proud of our growth. If you're watching, I'm proud of you.
She did.
Right.
Don't do that. He probably this. But literally, like from him, I learned that it's not even worth the argument. It's not worth it because I was stressed, headaches, couldn't sleep. And he don't know that, but I mean, he just found out. But it was bad. And then we stopped talking for those years. And now we're back friends. Like, we're not friends. We're associates. And, you know, let me be quiet.
Right. Next question.
Next question. She exposing herself.
Right.
Whew.
Wait, hold on. Before we go to the next question, I do want to add about what did I learn.
Okay.
And I wouldn't necessarily say I learned it from that person,
Mm-hmm.
but just with the whole experience, just with just life in general, I really learned that. Well, I already knew that everybody is not for everybody,
Right.
and that's okay. Like now, when I see that person, or if I know that that person's with somebody, like I'm okay because it's like I want you to be happy,
Right.
and in order for me to be happy, I have to let it go. And in
Right.
order for God to send me somebody, I have to let it go. And it's not even on that deep where it's like, oh, I just wanted to be with this person like that. But just even on terms of just on a friendship wise, it's like that friendship isn't like that anymore. And it's still like you have to be okay with that. And I learned that like it's okay to move on. It's okay to let it go. It's okay.
It's okay.
To see other people happy and not feel no type of way about it, and just
And remember, y'all, we young.
yeah.
We are still in our early 20s. We got so much life ahead of us, and worrying about if Daquan and Martell and Marquise and them over here doing all of that, it don't matter. It does not matter. Because at the end of the day, they're going to do what they're going to do. You're going to do what you do. And you pray about it, and you ask God to ordain your footsteps. You ask God to guide your footsteps, and He's going to take you where you need to go. I'm a firm believer on that. I'm a firm believer that God is not going to put me nowhere that I'm not supposed to be. And, look at us. We're supposed to be here on this couch, blessing others, dropping gems.
Next question.
All right, y'all. All right, next question. Okay, so, What went well in the situation / relationship?
I mean, with me, what went well? I mean, nothing went bad. I mean, it did go bad.
Huh? What? Excuse that, mom.
What went well?
Want me to start?
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't even know if I can answer that. Not in a bad way.
What went well in my relationship is I feel like we really had genuine love. And he loved the hell out he loved the mess out of me, and I loved the mess out of him. And I think that was what kept our relationship together, was our true love. Though we had our problems, we really loved each other. And yeah.
Well, I'll say, like, for me, this person pushed me to, redacted, pushed me to do something outside of my comfort zone because he believed in me and he believed that I could do it. And that was like, that was energy. Because I was like, period, you better believe in me, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I felt like good. Like, that's what made it feel good, because it's like, okay, he really encouraging me to do something that I never would have done. And then, like, in the midst of me doing it, he was so supportive. Like, he would, like, send me text messages before I had to do what I was doing. And he would be like, you got this. I'm so proud of you. Keep going. He was like, you're growing so much, this, that, and the third. And, like, it just felt good to have somebody who really, like, supported me.
Right.
So I'll say that. That was what went good.
Okay.
And I feel like I could talk to him about stuff. Like,
And you know, sometimes you do need people in not in a relationship. You don't have to be boyfriend and girlfriend to be cool with the opposite sex.
no, yeah. I hate
You know,
it.
I don't like men who don't like women who got men friends. Let me tell you something. If you're my future husband and you're watching, the Lord placed on your heart to tell you that I have only men friends. So you have to be. I'm not saying that. It's 2 of y'all. But the other 700 is me.
It's 2.
3, 4, 5. But I'm just saying, you know, I have male friends that I talk to on a daily basis. For instance, Justin, Javon, you know, I talk to them on daily basis. So if you're insecure, we're gonna have a topic on insecurity.
Ooh.
And I'm a
Drink your little
drink a little drink. I'm going to bring a man on to talk about insecurities. You know what? I think I know exactly what man I'm gonna bring on. About insecurities.
Sarah.
Drink your little drink.
Next question.
I can't. Okay. Ooh, okay. How did you begin your healing process, if you began?
Well,
Wait, before you answer that, let me ask this one question. Did you ever give up on love?
no. I know God works miracles. He do everything in all. And I know he gonna send me my person.
I ain't gonna cap to you. I did. When I found out my ex had a new girl in his life.
This finger.
Child,
Child, let me
it
tell you.
told me up. When I say sick, I mean like, what? Are you serious?
Right.
Like, I was sick. So I literally had to say, you know, like I really had to tell myself, I know God has somebody out here for me. And it took me a couple weeks. Once I found out in like late February, it took me probably to April beginning to say, you know what, I know God has somebody for me. Because God got somebody for him, God got somebody for her, and if he can do it for you, he can do it for me. So I know God has somebody out here for me, but I definitely did give up for a minute. Transparency.
I won't say I gave up, but it hit. It really did hit. Like, I guess it's not a linear thought process. Like, some days I feel like
That's
it don't
gonna
have
be a
to
senior education.
Shout out to Trojans.
And she about to graduate, y'all. Give my sister a round of applause. My sister got a hoodie, y'all. She's mastered it.
Like, it depends on the day. It depends on how I'm feeling. Like,
Yeah.
some days I wake up and be like, you know what, God, I know you just gonna do it for me. Like, even him, you got somebody. And you know, y'all, the stereotypes for Black women finding love is just so bad. And I mean, really harping on that, but I'm like, my God is not a God of stereotypes. My God goes above and beyond anything that can like hinder me from getting what I deserve, my blessings. But then other days, I'll be like, because other days,
Y'all using some big words. Nigeria. What's the
yeah,
deal?
and then other days I feel like men are trash. Like, I haven't seen it.
No,
Play
not all
out.
men are trash.
Not all men.
I definitely feel like there's some good men out here.
And it's
y'all,
some trash women too.
it's some trash women. I ain't gonna catch y'all. The boy who just commented on right now, I be like, Nigel, you gotta come sit on this couch one day because y'all gotta see what he be posting. Like, he's one of those good men out there.
And they are out there. I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
I
I
really do feel like
personally,
he needs to sit on this couch.
okay, look. So you know how God like be like, okay, he'll leave the 99 to go find the one. I feel like the 99 be doing it up,
No, for
and
real.
then I just have to find that one who's
Mhm.
not doing it up, you know. But it's hard. Like, sometimes the odds seem like they against me, but overall, I don't think I'm gonna give up on love.
Yeah, but you women out here that's making us women look bad, fight me. Because y'all sit out here, y'all treat these men terribly. But I'm serious. Y'all treat these men terribly. And y'all are the reason why. What do you say? I'm dead. Y'all are the reason why these men are the way they are. Most of these men who hurt women were hurt by a woman.
But it'd be like they got hurt in second grade, and then.
But nah, for real, most like me having male friends, most of their hurt has come from when they were older.
Okay, but
Sometimes.
then why take that same hurt and then project
They
it
don't
onto
know
other
what they
people?
don't know what to do.
Okay, it's not common sense for you to not treat somebody the way that
Hurt
you
people
treated
hurt
when you
people.
heard it. Like,
Hurt people.
But that's not.
I
I
don't
don't
think
feel
that's
like
an
that's a
excuse.
fact. It's just an opinion of somebody. I don't feel like it's a fact that hurt people. Because I've been hurt, but I don't think I hurt nobody.
Exactly. So you can get hurt without hurting other people.
Yeah.
I just feel like, back to what I was saying, you women out here that is making these men and setting these standards low, and that's why these men act the way they act. Y'all gotta stop setting these standards low. Be a woman. Be a grown woman. Stop being a child.
Yes.
Be a grown woman. Know what you want.
Right.
Men are gonna take advantage of you. I'm sorry. Wrong topic.
What was the question, child? You said, have y'all started y'all healing process?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
that one was no. This one was have you given up on?
We all
I
answered.
answered that one.
I know. That's what you asked. I thought you asked what was the question you just answered.
Oh.
Okay. The next question is have you started your healing process? And if you did, how did you begin?
Well, with me, how can I say this? I definitely started my healing process. Like,
Blah blah blah.
I don't want to necessarily say I'm healed because there's always
Room for
there's always room for improvement. Like, nobody's perfect, so I don't want to say I'm just like healed and I'm just over it all or whatever like that. But I do feel like I've like done amazing. Like, I feel like
I'm
a test.
witness. I'm a witness to Sarah's testimony, y'all, because I watched everything play out. I watched Sarah go through every emotion. It was a point in time where me and Sarah was on the phone. Every time we got on the phone, I just finished crying.
I'm a crybaby, y'all.
And
I'm not
it
gonna
was,
punish y'all.
but y'all, to see her go from that to this, and I'm a firm believer that God is going to put people in your life to show you and to prepare you and to guide you through what you're going to go through next.
Yeah.
And Sarah going through her situation in January, she was able to get to her healing process in about March. My situation happened in February. I didn't get to my healing process till April, but I was able to watch her go through it. So now I knew what to do to get through mine.
And honestly, I just feel like you just like with me, I literally just like it was just me and God, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was me and God. I was watching my sermons, I was reading my Bible.
She's
Like
serious.
I had to literally just become one with him and just be all like
The Daniel fast did it
the
too.
Daniel fast. Like I just had to put all my trust in him, and that's what I did, and that just showed me that it's okay. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't be heartbroken, and not necessarily I was heartbroken off of my last situationship, but even off of the 6 years like of that relationship, I can't be just down and stuck and just it's just not gonna work. Like I can't do it. So literally just talking to him every day, all day, asking him, and then you also have to like I'm a firm believer in feeling all your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So that means if you gotta cry every single day, cry. If you gotta scream, you need to scream. Like whatever you have to do to get it out, do that, because when you hold stuff in, it's not
just
gonna
make it worse.
Yeah, it's not gonna help it. And that's when it comes to the hurt people because y'all haven't let go of whatever happened. Y'all still holding on to stuff.
And trauma builds on trauma and builds on trauma and builds on trauma. So now y'all going through heartbreak over heartbreak, then you getting hurt, then you breaking hearts. Now you feel guilty, but your pride too big to go tell that person that you apologize. That pride. Don't get me started, y'all.
But you just gotta like
Woo!
You just
Pride,
gotta
entitlement, insecurities.
Yeah, surrender to God. Honestly, like
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, and it's crazy because I just be thinking like when I say I don't know where I would be without God, I honestly don't. Like for real.
And that's before this incident.
Like
before
it's
this situation.
Crazy. Like it's just crazy, just the things that he does. It's just. I just can't not give up, and I just can't think everybody is trash, and I just can't think, it's like everybody makes mistakes also, and that's a big part of healing too. You have to understand that people are not perfect. People are going to make mistakes. You're not perfect, they're not perfect. Everybody goes through things. Like life is not perfect. If that's the case, we wouldn't even need God if life was perfect.
Right.
We wouldn't have no reason to call on him, ask for forgiveness, none of that. So it's like, you just have to understand that people make mistakes, and you have to be able to forgive them. You cannot heal if you have not forgiven them. Yeah. And not only that, my big thing was I had a problem forgiving myself. It was like I wasn't even necessarily so mad about that situation. Like, oh, he did this to me that I don't forgive him. Like I was more so over that. I was more like, why did I let myself do this? Yeah. Why did I put myself in this situation? And then I had to realize. Like Jordan was telling me, like, God forgave you right after it happened. He already forgave you knowing you was going to do what you was going to do. Mm-hmm. And so I just have to be all like,
I'm telling y'all.
Just let it go.
Y'all when somebody new come in your life, they there for a reason.
Yeah.
They are there for a reason. Hey, Joe. And literally, I can't.
No,
I really can't. I really can't.
Why you can't?
You can't go there.
Why?
I'm gonna cry.
Oh, don't you do it.
You got it.
Like my emotions
No,
are through the roof, and it's like, oof, I can't.
Jordan,
you got it.
Look, you gotta be vulnerable.
Right.
No,
you got it.
God gave you this platform for a reason.
Right.
So you gotta use it correctly.
Use it.
talk.
Let it out. Let it out.
I'm with you.
Right. Let it out.
It's just like a. What is it?
Don't cry or I'm on your bumper Sunday.
I'm dead. What was it talking about?
We're talking about the healing and the letting go.
Oh yeah, the letting go. Like it took a lot for me. I'm telling y'all. Ooh. I can't. Y'all, like emotionally, I really just cannot.
Don't.
Brett, you don't know who I thought you was.
Okay.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This is why I couldn't speak because I was chuckled.
Yeah.
But
That's what I'm like.
yeah, it took a lot for me to get to the point of letting go because letting go after 3 years, what's that? After living together for 2, what's that? What's letting go? You were all I knew. You were my home away from home in Alabama. So what is letting go? And now I found myself in such a hard place with trying to trust another man, trying to be in another situation with another man because I'm like, for what?
But my thing with that, with the whole trust another man, it's not even necessarily all about that, but it's just having faith that you know God will do it.
Right.
And it's like, you know He's going to do it for you.
Yeah, no. This was how I was feeling. So, and it took for me to realize that I know if I just trust in God and if I just follow His path, the next person I put myself in a situation, a relationship with, is not gonna fail me, and I'm not gonna fail them.
Right.
I'm gonna be 100% ready because God's not gonna give you something you're not ready.
Right.
And firm believer on that. And I just really feel like I know my husband is out there. And I let go of my past. It's gone. Like y'all ain't even. Trinice thought I was gonna double back. Just yesterday. And I was like, no, like.
Oh yeah.
She really thought I was gonna double back with one of the, like, my situations, and I told her that that's not happening, and I laid it down on the table and told him that we're not gonna be together. And he told me, don't ever say that because you never know what can happen. Don't speak that into existence. But I know God is not gonna bring me back to a place of hurt. I just know He's not.
Yeah.
And y'all should feel that same way. If you've been hurt, don't let that manipulative devil tell you that person is going to be for you again. Because if it wasn't for you in the beginning, it's not for you the next time.
And I don't mean that they're a bad person.
It does not mean they're a bad person.
Exactly.
Because you're not, yes, you're a great person, but you're not for me.
Right.
You're a great person for somebody else.
This is convicting me.
No, for real.
You're a great person for somebody else, just not me.
And I want you to be a good
And I
person
want
for
you,
them.
and
That's the
I
thing.
never, y'all, when I tell y'all, I literally sit here and pray for my ex and his girl every day. Who?
Yeah, this is.
That took some strength for Sarah to tell me she was sitting there praying for her ex situation. I said, girl, you stupid as hell.
Yeah.
But to get to that point,
Yeah, you know,
God
Sarah,
is-
you're gonna have to give me a tutorial.
y'all, this girl right here, I don't know why I really, y'all,
What's not a prayer?
y'all, I really don't know where I would be without Sarah Shaka James.
Not the full
government. This girl she took, like, when Nipsey said, I'm going through every emotion.
Man.
Every emotion, I watched her. I sat in that room with that girl every single day and watched her go through every single emotion. That's how this show was birthed. From those emotions, I'm being so honest with y'all. We sat in the room, in this room and that room. It was days we were supposed to be in here working out. We got here at 7 o'clock. We get to talking about life. I didn't leave till 11:30 p.m. and we sitting here crying.
Man.
With the workout clothes on, not a sweat in sight. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was what birthed this. She was originally not supposed to just be the executive producer. She was supposed to be sitting on this couch every episode.
And look at her on the couch.
And she was like, no, I'm going to sit in the background. And I said, okay. So I let her sit in the background. This thing came to me. I prayed on it. I didn't come to Sarah the last time. Sarah said, I think I went into the couch.
And that is serious, Sarah.
And she said, I think I want to do it with your knee.
And that's all we get to now.
Yeah. And literally, y'all, be on the lookout because this is once a month.
Period.
We're filming us 3 together once a month. So you'll see Sarah and Trinice on here once a month. And it's going to be good. And I think, one more question for y'all before we get up out of here because I don't want to hold y'all. But, no, I think we literally answered everything. Yeah. Well, because I feel like you guys already answered. How did you manage your feelings? Or have you guys answered that?
How do we manage our
Like, how do you manage your feelings like right now?
I don't think we answered that.
No? Okay. Well, I don't manage my.
I don't really feel like there's a way to manage them.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you can manage them. I just feel like you have to let it out. Like, don't hold nothing in. Like, I'm a friend of this.
You gotta say it. Yeah.
Just let it out.
You hold it in, Kevin?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you gotta let it out. You know what? Let me tell you. I called my ex 2 weeks ago, and I just let everything out. How could you get a girl 2 weeks later? How could you be in this situation 2 weeks later? How would you do that? How did you do that? You know what? When I tell you, it was the best thing for me, because after I let it out, gotta go, gotta last. And it was the best thing. With my situation, he hit him up. First of all, I didn't think he was gonna answer, because he's crazy. So I'm like, when he answered the phone, I let him know. Never trusted you. I didn't feel this way about you. This, and that. Now, and I told him, we ain't never gonna be together. I would have never thought I would have told that boy that. But if you ask me, that's my man. That's my man. What? No, that's not my man. He got somebody else that he working with. The other one got somebody else they working with, and I'm a firm believer that they're gonna be worked out together, them by themselves. And I'm on to bigger and better. So, not like that, but I'm saying I'm on to what God has called me to do. Not bigger and better. Let me take that away. I don't mean to say that y'all were little and that y'all weren't good, but I'm just saying. That's just the next word you say. You say some shit like that. Sorry, I'm sorry, cussing. You see the executive producer, my mama.
My mama.
Okay, so for me, as far as like managing my feelings, y'all, Mike Todd, shout out to Transformation Nation.
That's
the
my
work that they're
pastor,
doing
y'all.
over there in
Come
Tulsa,
on.
Oklahoma, under the leadership of Pastor Michael Todd. Because
Stay with it. Stay with it.
So he has a sermon
Shut up.
series.
You're not going nowhere.
Anyway, he has a sermon series called Anchored. And in this sermon series, he did a sermon entitled Distractions in the Deep. And one of his messages, one of his points in that message, one of his points in that message was like that our emotions can distract us. And I will never forget what this man said. He said, emotional distractions debilitate discernment. And I feel like emotionally, I have not started the healing process. And that's why I'm still distracted. That's why I'm still thinking about redacted. That's why I'm still, like they said, you should not be praying for God to like bring somebody back into your life if he's already removed them. That's why I'm still praying for him to, possibly, align our stars again.
Hold on. Tell her what you gotta stop looking for what? She's crazy. She don't know
Oh, the
nothing.
potential?
Potential
Yeah.
in men.
You gotta stop looking for the potential in a person, because it's like, you gotta take them for what they gave you. It's like,
You showed
they
me.
did that. It's not, well, what if? Or if they didn't do that, we will be
They did it.
here. No, you have to literally take it for what it is and just take it. Like, you can't be thinking of their potential. And it's not saying like you can't think of like someone getting better or anything like that, but it's just like, if they already did it to you,
Once, they're gonna do it again.
and if they've done it multiple, and not saying that because people do change,
Yeah.
change, but my thing is, I don't know, I just feel like you asking the wrong questions when you talking to God.
And you know the answer to them already.
Right.
And,
you just
and
don't
that's
want
my
it to
big
be
thing.
the
I especially was telling Jordan that a while back. Even when it comes to relationships, don't ask questions you already know the answer to.
Yeah.
Especially like, I'm gonna use an example, cheating. You know he cheating, you got the proof of it, but you're gonna ask him, he's gonna tell you no.
Because it's gonna make it worse. Because now, I know you, now you lying. It's
Right.
like, don't ask questions you already know the answer to. It's
She
like,
a savage, y'all. Let me tell y'all. This girl, she just go like this. She go like this. And you can't say nothing. You be stuck. You be sick.
Some of them still try to deny it.
Well,
but
it wasn't me.
fine, though. And that's
It
what you
wasn't
gotta
me.
do. Like,
My bro was on my page.
just let them have it, because
can't be
you
called
know
by
the
your
truth.
judgment.
You know the truth, and then it's like when you asking questions, you're making it worse on yourself. Like we're literally just making it worse on ourselves. So it's like when you're talking to God, like I ask the question like, is He for me?
Period.
And that's all I need to know. I don't need to know all these other
Why,
things, the
yeah.
whys, and I need to understand. No, is this person for me? And when God told me no, that person is not for you. That's it.
But we gotta actually listen to those signs because
He
most
gonna tell
times,
you.
y'all, I was the one who would hear God say, no. God, you just wasn't thinking too far. You just wasn't thinking about it. You didn't give him a chance. So let me try to give him a chance, and then maybe we can rethink it and come back with another equation or answer. Then to come back, same answer, same equation, same answer.
And you
But
just
then I said, oh
it.
Lord, no. Well,
Right.
just one more time.
You
And
fall into that hole.
Y'all,
Right.
and now I'm trying to reach. Lord, please grab me and pull me up. Y'all, I'm out that hole and I need to stay out that hole.
No.
And see, that distraction is real because I found myself right after my healing process and my season of singleness getting distracted. You got all these different instruments coming around trying to talk to you. You got all these different...
Oh my God. I cannot. I can't. I'm gonna shut up.
You
Right.
got all these different, like, y'all, I ain't never had this many different type of men coming at me during my healing
And I
process.
just be like, she just be getting all of them. I'm like, what?
Baby,
Can you
Jordan
just send
got
me
'em.
one?
No, listen,
Baby.
Dang. Like,
do I want them though?
You don't, but it's like,
Thank you.
well,
No. I don't want none of them because y'all know, and y'all see the text messages when I tell these people, I'm not yours. I don't want you.
So we need to have a conversation on entertaining.
Oh, girl.
Because if you don't want somebody, don't entertain them.
You can talk to people. I'm a firm believer that if somebody wants to communicate with you,
All right.
And
And if they don't leave you
Like, it's a
alone, you
business.
entertain them. That's why.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Y'all come up with something.
Guys,
My future husband could have been on here.
Baby, what's for you is for you. He still gonna want you.
oh my God. So it's this girl on TikTok and she do like Christian videos and she'll be like, oh God, I met this drummer today. And God was like, oh, he's a drummer? Absolutely not. And she'd be like, are you sure, God? Because he be reading his Bible. No, he's lying. And then she's like, I'm gonna just go see for myself. And then she come back and she all sad. She's like, please fix me.
Let me
Lord.
tell y'all,
Like,
them
come on.
drummers.
Listen,
Them
we can't go there.
organs.
We're not gonna go there.
We're not gonna go there.
Instruments of the Lord and it's
Okay, yeah, we're not gonna go there.
I think everybody that's ever been a woman in a church. If you're a woman in a church,
Stop entertaining.
because baby, Miss Leslie now.
Miss Beth.
I got done.
Yes, I'm done.
I don't entertain. Okay, I do entertain.
I want to say you.
I'll be honest. I'll be transparent. I definitely entertain.
And then she be calling me.
Complaining.
I'm not complaining.
Why they won't leave me alone? Or she'll end up in a situation she should have never been in because God already told her.
hold on. Y'all making it worse. Y'all making it sound bad. Y'all, no. Women, y'all listen. Because give me the damn word. Listen. Because I'm going through this phase right now. I'm in my single season. And
She's in her entertainment.
right. I'm not in no entertaining season. Y'all, I promise y'all, I don't want none of them.
It's the fact that you have them though.
That's not my that's not my problem.
It must
That's
be
a-
nice.
that's
That's
a
all I
big
gotta say
problem.
because this phone be real dry.
And I loved it.
But I'm saying,
I
y'all
hate
think my
it.
phone, no, y'all think my phone really just be blowing up. It really don't. It be one.
Jordan,
This I thought.
turn the thing
Right.
off.
It's
Right.
not-
Y'all, 'cause we gotta
single day. Right or wrong?
We didn't say it wasn't.
But y'all making it seem like I got all these people.
Jordan, I literally think of like 3-4 people off the top of my head.
Oh,
I'm not
Name 'em.
the whiteboard. That you could call at any time and you know you get what you want from them. If you wanted anything, if you needed it, I'm not saying like sexual, but I'm saying like if you called them, you know.
They
But
like
don't
Jordan.
consider that. But don't consider that as my on my team.
Okay, anyway, on my team,
y'all.
I don't even know if this is how you spell the boy name.
Let me wait.
Let me ask.
Y'all full of stuff.
Exactly. I was gonna put him, but I know for a fact she don't.
No, give it to me. No, I don't. Let me read it. No.
No.
The first
And
one.
look at that bottom one, sis.
That's short.
Wait. Cause he'll leave his girlfriend.
Everybody. For you.
Right.
Especially for JoJo.
Okay. Mama, your daughter got him lined up. I'm trying to be like her.
It's an ant.
Get to the next question.
Huh.
Help these people up.
He an ant. That's an ant. I ain't talked to him in 2 weeks.
That third one. That third one.
He's just a friend.
Oh,
He's
no,
a
he's
friend.
just a friend.
Right, you can't show the name.
She's crazy. She exposing herself.
So I'm single.
That's a different conversation.
That's a different conversation, but I just want y'all to know, can y'all clarify for the people in there that I'm not out here just.
I mean, she's not like a city girl or nothing.
Yeah.
No, we ain't saying that.
No, but I'm saying they do flock to me, but that's because of the aura that I'm bringing right now. You know, when your head's on straight,
Anointing.
it's the anointing. Really, like my head's on straight. I'm doing good. I'm living the life that God is calling me to live. You know, when men see that, they flock to that. And
Well, I'm out here still thinking about redacted, so I guess that's why they're not flocking.
yeah.
But it's okay though. It's okay to still think about a person. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I still think about the last person and then the last person.
Yeah.
But not in that. It's just the way you.
Yeah, think about it.
Because when
You're
I
asking for him back. That's the thing.
yeah, like you not. I'm
You
thinking
can't
of it in
ask
a way
him
of
back.
learning my lesson type of way, like
Mhm.
helping myself grow the more. Like, okay, well, girl, you ain't gonna do that again. You're gonna do that again.
Mhm.
That's the way I'm thinking. I'm not thinking like, oh, I want this.
Right.
Sarah, we're gonna have to have
Oh,
prayer.
No,
A
for real.
morning, midday, and midnight prayer.
Oh, y'all.
I just died, but y'all.
Y'all got any questions? You got any questions for me?
No, y'all in the audience, do y'all got some questions? Put in the comment section because I think we done laid it all out there. What y'all think?
I think this was really good. This was a healing process in its own. Like, just being able to sit down and talk with y'all,
Yes.
you know.
It really did.
And now we're
Made me
gonna
look
go
back
talk some
and
more. We're gonna
stuff.
talk a little deeper offline.
Can't yet because we
Right.
can say names because
Okay.
this one here.
Y'all gonna stop playing me because y'all gonna stop playing me.
I'm gonna say, child.
I'm telling you the truth too. I don't. If you are a young man and you're successful, you got a job, you believe in the Lord,
Believe in the Lord is number one.
you gotta do
Not just
a
believe,
lot
but have
of things
relationships.
before you get to the prince.
Yeah, you gotta kiss a few frogs before you get your prince. I just knew that one was the prince, y'all.
Oh, baby, he was the
But
best.
see, and I think that's a difference too with my
Mhm.
situation and y'all. Like, I hate to really say it like this, but I knew neither one was gonna be my husband. Like, I just knew. Like, I knew God did not send me neither
She
one.
knew that the
I knew.
3-year was gonna be her husband.
But I was in a relationship for
I
6 years, and I knew he wasn't gonna be my husband. I used to tell
I
him
thought
that.
he
I'd be
was.
all like, you don't really want me like that. Like,
You just here.
I literally
Like,
thought
you
that
don't
the
really
3-year
want
was
me.
gonna be mine.
And I thought redacted was gonna be my grandma. You know when your grandma love him. It's different if your mama love him, but your grandma, my grandma loved that boy.
Whew, it's different when your whole family.
Man, oh yeah, because Man.
Baby, every time I came home from school, they used to be mad at me because they was like, you only come home and you're with him. We can never hang out with you.
Right.
So, and I only came home once a year. I was not on no every summer. No, I stayed in Alabama. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, y'all. I think today was great. Again, I want to give y'all, please help me give Sarah a round of applause, y'all.
Go,
She
Sarah. You know what to do. Go, Sarah. You know what to do.
She is literally, y'all, 100 watch hours. I am beyond excited, and I'm going to reiterate, 100 watch hours is not 100 views. Okay?
Right.
100 watch hours on YouTube is totally different, and it's hard to get there. For us to get there, I gotta give a big ups to my dog.
Yeah.
Because without my executive producer, we wouldn't be here today. So, y'all, we love y'all. Remember, tune in to watch the video.
Oh yeah, Scared of You by Trinice Monet out on all major platforms.
We're trying to get to 20K in 2 more weeks. My
Yes,
sister's
yes.
already at the Big 10. Y'all, let's give a round of applause again. She's graduating. Woo! I know she's very proud of you. Super, super proud. So yeah, we're gonna thank Kaylin for being in the background. And I want to just thank all y'all for supporting me. I love y'all. And we will be back next Thursday.
Right.
Lord.
Friday.
Actually, you guys, I won't be back next Friday.
Just rewatch this one.
Yeah, rewatch this video because we're going on vacation. We're gonna be out of this country. So I won't be here next week, but we will be back the following week after that. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful moms out there.
Y'all make
love
the world go
y'all.
round.
We love you. We love you. We love you.
Yes.
We love you. So, but yeah. All right, y'all. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye.